Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your November 2015 Tarotscope. It's Serena here. And I think that this month is going to be rather romantic for you, and that it will also be about health. There will be some family stuff as well. So the month begins with the sun in your sister water sign of Scorpio. And so this falls into your fifth house of romance and children and art projects and that sort of thing. So if you don't have any kind of person that you are falling in love with, then it might be that you become even more creative during this time. The sun is going to be there until the 22nd, and then it goes into your sixth house of health, and that will shed a light on the things related to your health. Now, just to make you aware of this, Saturn is already in this sixth house and will be there until 2017. So it really would behoove you, since you have this energy at this time, to take a look at your health and see what you need to change or tweak, because Mercury is going into the 6th on the 20th of November. And this gives you kind of the thoughts about diet and that sort of thing, but also about, working out. And the sun is going to be there and Saturn is there. So it's definitely something to look at, because Saturn will make things known to you if you don't do it yourself, and you can do it. It gives you the kind of the impetus to do it. Saturn is actually a very positive energy for earth and water signs because it does rule Capricorn. Even though Capricorn is your opposite sign, there still is a connection between the earth sign energy and the water sign. There's an affinity there. So I definitely think that you resonate with that sort of disciplined approach to life, and that you can take advantage of having Saturn there. Now, the new moon will occur on the 11/11 portal date, and this will be in that fifth house of love and romance in the sign of Scorpio. And so this might be the time when you do meet somebody that you fall in love with, or that a relationship that you initiated as a friendship becomes is taken to the next level. A lot of times I say that about full moons, but there is a fresh energy with the new moon. You can also set intentions of the type of person that you wish to attract if you don't have anything on the radar at this time. But your fifth house is definitely a trigger during the month of November, and so it's good for that sort of thing. And Venus and Mars are going to be going into your fourth house on the 8th and 12th, respectively. And so the fourth house is the house that you rule in the natal chart, and it has to do with home and family. And this is an area of which you are not only familiar, but very much a part of. You're very connected to your families. And even if you're totally estranged from your family, you're still going to at least be connected to them emotionally. So, regardless of the status of your relationships, you just kind of define yourself in that sort of way. And with Venus and Mars there, the Venus kind of smooths things over if there have been any problems. I was going to say Mars, brings it right back up, but what it could mean is that you just enjoy some time with your family. There's going to be some holidays coming up. Obviously, in America we have Thanksgiving, and I think Canada has a similar day in November. And so that's when people typically reunite with their family. And so that kind of kicks off the Christmas season. And even if you are not a Christian, you still are a part of the society which does certain rituals, and you might be connecting with your families as well. And of course, there's Hanukkah. There are other holidays that correspond with Christmas during the late fall and early winter. So there's that too. On the 25th of the month, we have a full moon in Gemini, which happens to fall in your 12th house. And so this is really kind of a spiritual full moon. There might be some kind of dream that you have that is very insightful and that makes you aware of a situation that you were previously kind of tamping down or not dealing with. It also can lead to a wonderful idea that you can even profit from financially. It could be a time in which you find some sort of spiritual teacher or path that is very helpful for you on your journey. So I think it's going to be a very nice experience for you as well. And there's a very interesting balance of energy in these houses. Going back to that fourth house with the Venus and Mars, you might have some issue that arises that causes you to have to kind of, I don't want to say go on a crusade or anything like that, but deal with rather energetically, which is to say, there might be even some sort of conflict that occurs. It could be with your family of origin, or it could be with your current family if you are married with children or divorced with children. And all I can say about that is it might give you the courage if you're the type of person, which a lot of cancers tend to be, and you are a little bit impressionable and sometimes manipulated into doing things you don't want to do because you want to get along with the family and things of that nature. And you might be able to stand up for yourself for once. It can also indicate that you need to confront somebody who is giving you a hard time. And this gives you the courage to do so. With Venus there, it probably will not be as negative as it could be. So that's a plus. And Venus in this house can indicate some sort of financial gain related to the home environment. So it's not bad at all. In terms of the cards I picked for you, Cancer, the first week has the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Now, as I record this, is the third, so we're pretty much into the first week. But it seems to be a very important week for you because there are two major arcana cards, and they both are connected to the spiritual side of life. The High Priestess, we know, is that intuitive person. I was going to say woman, but I don't want to make it gender specific. It's the feminine principle about going within and trusting one's intuition. The Hierophant is kind of the outer part of this energy that is more directed towards the clergy and the organized religion, the traditional sort of religious structures that are in place. So it's like both sides of the coin, but it definitely speaks to a spiritual first week for you. With the sun in Cancer, that doesn't surprise me. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to whatever comes your way in the way of symbolism. If something strikes your fancy, if you see an ad about attending some kind of a lecture and it's got a spiritual bent to it, you might want to take them up on that and to explore it. But it's very kind of a philosophical and spiritual week rather than a practical make money type of energy. And speaking of this practical make money energy, the second week I got the Knight of Pentacles in the Sun card. And the Knight of Pentacles is exactly that type of roll your sleeves up, get down to work type of energy, with the Pentacles being also called coins and dealing with earth signs, dealing with resources. This is a workhorse type of energy. So maybe you were briefly stimulated by philosophical concerns, and now you're getting back into your business mindset and just thinking about that part of life, making, profit, and you have that accompanying the sun card. And that's accompanied by the sun card, which is about everything to do with victory and having joy in your life, feeling like everything is going your way, really. And this could be not only with work, and I sense that it's got to be at least a little bit with that since it's with the Knight of Pentacles, but it could also be in on the romantic level. Because, and remember, again, we have that new moon that week in the fifth house of romance, so that might be pointing to that too. But not only do you get this new beginning in romance, but then you have the money coming in as well, which is awesome. And then in the third week, I got two page cards, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. So it's all about maybe receiving messages. The Page of Cups deals with children, but emotions related to children, but it can also relate to your psychic ability and tendencies, as well as the artistic side that you have. And I would connect this to the 12th house activity as well as the fifth house. If you do have children, there might be something that's going on with them in the third week, because I also got the Page of Swords. And this could be actually a message that you receive. And you have to be on the watch out for, what occurs during this time, because this news can, might be rather surprising. In the fourth week, we have the King of Swords, another swords card, and the King of Wands. So this is really interesting because, as I said, in the first week, we got cards that were kind of similar with the Hierophant and the High Priestess, like the male, female versions of it. Now we're getting the young people and then the older people. And kings can relate to fathers, but they can relate to anybody who is kind of in control. And the King of Swords is really somebody whose thoughts are really pretty on point and controlled. And they are seeing things very clearly. There's a very disciplined thought nature at this time. The King of Wands, it's like a benevolent leader, really. The wands relate to leadership and they can relate to fire signs. It could be literally somebody's father. And this, again, with all the family energy, this might be a matter in the third week that is the Page of Swords, something that you hear that it could be very rattling or surprising, that maybe it's related to a father or a father figure, somebody who is in charge, and that you have to deal with in the fourth week. But these are all upright cards, so I suspect that whatever happens will be on the good side for you. Very interesting reading. Seems to be a very busy month for your Cancer. I hope you like this. If you'd like something personalized using your particular birth data, just click on the link below and it will take you to my website with a list of my services. Take care. Bye.